The world of boxing mourned on March 21, 2025. George Foreman, the man who was once the most feared fighter on the planet, passed away at the age of 76. From his thunderous knockout power to his disarming smile later in life, Foreman was a true icon. He transcended the sport, becoming a household name, a successful businessman, and a beloved figure worldwide. His story is one of resilience, redemption, and the power of transformation. Foreman's passing marks the end of an era. He was a link to a golden age of boxing, a time when heavyweights were larger-than-life figures. But more than just a boxer, Foreman was a man who defied expectations. He went from a troubled youth to Olympic champion, from ferocious knockout artist to gentle grill salesman. His life was a testament to the fact that it's never too late to change your story. George Edward Foreman was born in 1949 in Marshall, Texas. His childhood was marked by poverty and hardship. Growing up in Houston's Fifth Ward, one of the city's toughest neighborhoods, Foreman drifted into a life of petty crime. He dropped out of school and seemed destined for a life on the streets. But, at the age of 16, something changed. Foreman joined the Job Corps, a government program designed to help young people develop skills and find employment. It was there that he discovered boxing, almost by accident. One day, while trying to avoid a fight, he ended up in the gym. A boxing coach saw potential in the tall, muscular teenager and took him under his wing. Foreman's natural talent was undeniable. He quickly rose through the amateur ranks, culminating in his greatest achievement, winning the Olympic gold medal at the 1968 Mexico City Games. Foreman's Olympic triumph catapulted him to national attention. He turned professional soon after, managed by none other than Sonny Liston's former handlers. They crafted an intimidating persona for Foreman, that of a brooding, silent slugger. And indeed, Foreman's power was frightening. He tore through opponent after opponent, his punching power becoming legendary. He became known as Big George, a force of nature in the ring. His fighting style was straightforward but brutally effective. He would stalk his opponents relentlessly, cutting off the ring and unleashing devastating combinations. Foreman's rise was meteoric, and soon he was on a collision course with the heavyweight champion of the world, Smokin' Joe Frazier. The 1973 heavyweight championship bout between George Foreman and Joe Frazier was one of the most anticipated fights in boxing history. Frazier, the reigning champion, was a relentless brawler, a fighter who never took a step back. Foreman, the challenger, was a younger, bigger, harder-hitting force. The fight, held in Kingston, Jamaica, was billed as the Sunshine Showdown. It lived up to the hype, though not in the way many expected. Foreman demolished Frazier, knocking him down 6 times in 2 rounds before the referee stopped the fight. The boxing world was stunned. Foreman, the seemingly unstoppable force, was the new heavyweight champion of the world. He had reached the pinnacle of the sport. But Foreman's reign at the top wouldn't last forever. 2 years later, he would face Muhammad Ali in what would become known as the Rumble in the Jungle. The fight, held in Kinshasa, Zaire, was a cultural and sporting event unlike any other. The Rumble in the Jungle was more than just a boxing match. It was a global spectacle. Foreman, the fearsome champion, was defeated by Ali, the master strategist, in 8 rounds. The loss sent shockwaves through the boxing world and deeply affected Foreman. He fought a few more times after the Ali fight, but retired from boxing in 1977 after a loss to Jimmy Young and a near-death experience. The years after his first retirement were a time of profound change for Foreman. He underwent a spiritual awakening and became an ordained Christian minister. He dedicated his life to helping troubled youth, establishing a youth center in Houston and preaching a message of hope and redemption. Gone was the intimidating figure of Big George, replaced by a gentler, more thoughtful man. He had found a new purpose in life, one that extended far beyond the boxing ring. After a decade away from the sport, George Foreman made the improbable decision to return to boxing at the age of 38. Many scoffed at the comeback, viewing it as a desperate attempt to recapture past glory. But Foreman was determined to prove his doubters wrong. He claimed he wasn't boxing for money or fame, but to raise money for his youth center. He fought his way back into contention, winning fight after fight against younger, faster opponents. His unlikely comeback culminated in one of the most improbable victories in boxing history. In 1994, at the age of 45, George Foreman knocked out Michael Moorer to reclaim the heavyweight championship of the world, becoming the oldest man ever to hold the title. The victory was a testament to his determination, his punching power, and perhaps most of all, his indomitable spirit. He had defied age and expectations, proving that anything is possible with hard work and belief. And after his second retirement from boxing in 1997, George Foreman embarked on yet another successful career as a pitchman and entrepreneur. His most famous venture was the George Foreman Grill, a fat-reducing electric grill that became a best-selling kitchen appliance. Foreman's affable personality and his folksy charm made him a natural salesman. He appeared in countless commercials and infomercials, his infectious smile selling millions of grills. The George Foreman Grill was a massive commercial success, making him more money than he ever earned in the boxing ring. He became a savvy businessman, endorsing a wide range of products, but he never forgot his roots. He continued to support his youth center, using his platform and his wealth to give back to the community that he came from. George Foreman's life was anything but conventional. He was a man of contradictions, a fearsome fighter who found peace in faith, a knockout artist who became a beloved pitchman. He was a champion in the ring and a champion for the underdog outside of it. He overcame a difficult childhood to achieve greatness, only to walk away from it all and find a new purpose in life. He was a devoted father to his 12 children, 5 of whom he named George Edward Foreman. He was a complex figure, capable of great strength and great compassion. He was a man who learned from his mistakes, grew from his experiences, and used his platform to make a positive impact on the world. George Foreman's legacy extends far beyond his accomplishments in the boxing ring. He was a symbol of resilience, proving that it's never too late to turn your life around. He was an inspiration to countless people, showing that anything is possible with hard work, determination, and faith. He was a man who defied categorization, a fighter who found peace, a champion who never forgot where he came from. George Foreman was a true original, a one-of-a-kind talent and personality. He will be remembered as one of the greatest boxers of all time, but more importantly, he will be remembered as a good man, a loving father, and an inspiration to us all. He lived a life that was both extraordinary and relatable, proving that even the toughest of exteriors can hide a heart of gold. He may be gone, but his story will continue to inspire generations to come.